It's been 3 years since we had an event here on Australian soil where we can have a crowd, where we can get some high quality CS, and look, could be a time for a back-to-back or repeat winner here on Australian soil for Fallen and Fur if they get this one across the line. Yep. paiN on this T side though, let's have a look what they're up to. Straight out long. They've got 2 smokes and 1 flash to throw over Car if they want to head out long here. Vinny's on Car. Just biding his time. Yeah, but he's the only defender on the A bomb side, and he's instantly ripped apart. 3 over toward B. They've done a good job of clearing out upper dark, but it's not going to matter too much if paiN just pick that pace up into A, get the plant down. You do have that rotation starting to come through now from Fallen, and Fur's also there, but he's down to 17 HP. Yeah, he's copped a goosh straight through that smoke. paiN, they're planting safe. Zevi's found another smoke in the meanwhile to refresh one of those smokes at elevator side. Good taps from chelo though. Can't get too much more as he gets aim punched all over the place and instantly taken out of the round by Zevi. This is a great start to the map for paiN. Assuming they do convert, which they should be able to do here. Fur, he's getting a lot of opportunities for the HP that he had. It's Fallen. Can't be the hero this time. paiN get their first pistol. It's going to be excellent to settle the nerves. Nuke did not go well for paiN Gaming. I'm sure they're going to be disappointed with that performance, but when you get the T pistol, puts you back on the right foot, gets the vibes rolling, gets everyone pumped up yet again, and you can really get the momentum going that you did not have at all on Nuke. As for Imperial, they're not going to force in this second round. They're going to go for A1S armor in round number 3. Mid push straight out of Imperial here, running partially through a molly. Zevi trying to spray down, but does get traded out by the USPs. Fairly safe positioning for paiN Gaming, though. Not too many issues putting this anti-eco away. Yeah, Skull's going to just have to hard clear this corner. Bolt's had his crack. Only had a USB to work with, though, so not much coming through in that department. It's now on to Fallen once again. I suppose this is a good way to sort of ease into Dust2 if you're on the paiN side of things, right? They had a really, really rough nuke. It could have looked pretty dangerous had they come into this map, suffered a loss in the pistol, you know, maybe lost that first gun round, went down pretty quick to 0-3, 0-4, something like that. Doesn't really feel like you get any respite, but now that they've won the pistol, obviously a good anti-eco. Have to wait and see how this first gun round does go, but paiN will be feeling a little bit more comfortable now. chelo on the glass cannon, because he was the only one who could really afford it. Going to be playing over towards that middle position. Flashed off the line straight away by paiN Gaming, who are going for some long control. Yeah, once again. Really contest if you're Imperial here. You don't have the utility to be able to do it. They're sticking around, but there's no flash for them to fight here. Yeah, Zevi's in a really good spot to deal with them. It's actually hardzao that's actually done the damage. You can't do that. You can't swing long with the flash after the T's are already out. That's not going to work. Certainly not against a team like paiN. hardzao shuts down 3. Smokes go out for the CT cross, and it should be a pretty straightforward round from here for paiN. Off to a great start. This should be 3-0 for them. I'd expect the save out. Then maybe you can throw the AWP over to Fallen. He was the best performer for Imperial in that 16-5 game. paiN pretty much got it done by committee. All of them were performing across the board, all within 5 kills of each other. Worth mentioning as well that in that best of 1 on Dust2 in the groups, Vinny had a real rough game. I think, you know, could be the jet lag setting in or something. I don't think I've seen Vinny have a map like that ever. And he's definitely been on point today. Nuke was phenomenal. He had a lot of big plays, so I don't think it's going to be as easy this time for paiN Gaming. Have to ask him to step up once again, though, in the grand final. Has not been easy going thus far for Imperial on map 3. AWP and M4, though, likely to be saved through here, which will give them at least something to work with in the next round. chelo doesn't have any armor, though. It's going to be difficult for him to get aggressive with that AWP. I mean, he might just chuck it over to Fallen. We'll see what happens. Going to be Imperial starting to stack up a little bit of loss bonus on CT. But as for paiN Gaming, the dream start to the T side on Dust2. Pistol, anti-eco converted. First gun round was as breezy as you like. 4 guns alive. That's definitely going to settle the nerves. They know they're in the driver's seat here. They're straight back into the flow that they had in the group stage on Dust2 against these guys. It's a real confidence builder kind of a round. Imperial are going to force that buy through, and indeed that AWP was chucked back over to Fallen. And they're going to try something a little more aggressive this time. You got a couple of players having a look into mid, the AWPs, the rifles. Not getting too much. paiN are not in that area of the map. They're more interested in the long side of things.
Worth mentioning, this is also a bit of a different game to the group stage because they're starting on opposite sides. paiN started on CT and got off onto a good streak, so Imperial, who didn't have much of a chance to play CT last time probably, will get a whole lot more rounds to show maybe their CT is a little better. paiN Gaming, slow round for them, not quite out long just yet. Skulls is posted over on the corner, expecting Imperial to maybe retake, but this is great info for paiN. Because they know that there's no one along from Imperial and they're going to be able to get out here, they can read the CT setup now. They know that there's guaranteed players in short for Imperial. They're going to be playing that short setup and they can kind of recalibrate their execute.
Still do have that one player on the site, but it is only Vinny with an MP9. Doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence.
Look at this,
though, is a good push from Bolt.
Yeah, great info for Imperial. They 100% know this is a long take, and look at the rotations already en route here for Imperial.
Util's going to have to be on point for paiN if they want to get across safely, and even then they'll be dealing with Fall, and he doesn't go through the smoke. First actually got himself one already. Vinny still hiding behind the boxes on the site. Look at the totem pole over the top. This is a great setup for Imperial. Vinny burns alive though. We're back to 4-on-4 and paiN just pumped the brakes. They're not up onto the site yet. They're giving Zevi the chances with the AWP now. A lot of damage done to those T players, but Imperial are losing the war of attrition. Fallen jumping. Does get PK. Oh, I thought it was Fallen, but it was Bolt.
No time. There's no time for Bigu.
Oh, never mind. He's got all three in the blink of an eye. 4-0 for paiN. He's just swept them under the rug. He's come behind. You didn't even notice him. Certainly Imperial didn't.
He didn't have time to plant. He had to, with one clip, execute all three of those players, but he's got it done. And now Imperial back on a save. paiN Gaming a chance to build up their economy even further. It's already in a great position. This is the dream start to the T side.
Oh, don't do it.
I thought he was going to pull the trigger through the smoke. Vinny boosted up with that AWP. He's just bought a glass cannon.
Yeah, I mean, that's a ballsy choice, isn't it? Glass cannon AWP, not much else behind it in this round. There is a scout and MP9. Bigu, though, will take Fallen out of the picture. Vinny trying to justify the investment, has got himself one. I think we'll need more than that, though.
And flashes in middle. paiN Gaming looking to maybe take some cat control. I would say let's think about a little bit of a mid to B here, given the positions, but now these players creeping into long. Vinny on the off angle.
Recontest from Vinny here with the AWP. It's not going to work.
The aim punch, I think, a bit of a factor there.
Yep.
PKL pulls the trigger just a second earlier, throwing off the AWP's shot. So there's the cross smokes, and paiN Gaming, they passed the test yet again. Things, you get a little bit worried for them.
Yeah, but it's a different vibe, isn't it, to what we saw from Nuke? I mean, even the same can probably be said about Overpass. It feels a little bit different for paiN, right? None of these rounds are feeling like they're a bit touch and go. They don't feel too difficult. And paiN was obviously able to get a lot of rounds on Overpass, but they sort of felt a lot more difficult to get through. And in this case, it's kind of feeling like they're just breezing through a bunch of these rounds.
Cheeky spot from Bolts. Don't think Hard's going to be pushing all the way up into spawn. Bolts is trying to hail down a taxi, but don't think that one's running today.
We've seen that's been a bit difficult over the last couple of evenings here
100%.
at DreamHack Melbourne. So 5-0 the start to the map for paiN. You couldn't ask for much more in a map 3 of a grand final.
No. It's good money behind him. Momentum, everything's going right. But you can still see they're not allowing themselves to celebrate yet. Still very serious, still very focused, not too many smiles.
Early days yet. Good start for paiN, but that's all that it is right now.
Here's the double AWP from Imperial. Bit of a change up. Chelo on the secondary, he was doing good work with that earlier.
Not going to see much from Fallen in mid. paiN changing things up this time and heading it over toward the B side of the map. They've really been putting a lot of presence toward A long.
Oh, the B play. Bolt's all alone on this site. Fallen can counter flash, but that's a one and done position from Bolt's up there close on gate side.
PKL with that Mac 10 can just go jumping into the site. Could be a big problem for Bolts if he has to adjust his aim.
paiN are cancelling.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They're going to throw the dribble smoke. Just apply some utility pressure. Keep the rotations on as counter flash out from Fallen. They're worried about this B hit. being a reality, but paiN instead looking to diversify their map control. Underarm smoke over on towards the double doors and gonna just flash in towards middle, try to get up cat. If they go late out long here, that's gonna be an issue though, especially if the spacing's not good, so they're not gonna test Vinny on the off angle. They do have Bigu up there on cat, wants to try to push Chelo off this info line, and he's done so well. So Imperial robbed of a little bit more info. And now trying to pull the rotations apart. Oh, a double peek is beautiful from paiN Gaming.
Bolts, though, what can he do? Does hold down the trigger with the MP9, but only good for one. It's 3 on 4. And paiN have got control of the B bomb site really quickly.
Look at Bigu. He's in for the long con here.
Bomb has been planted.
Could do a lot of damage to the CT economy right now. I don't know that Imperial's going to feel too confident about retaking this 3 on 4.
Oh, missed opportunity.
So it's really more a question of how many guns do they take through, and with that, now you'd expect it should be, 2 or 3 at least.
Yeah, this is a good save. I mean, they're full loss bonus, right? So a triple save is effectively another gun round for Imperial. Bolts even has 1800 in the kitty as well, so paiN Gaming on for a 6th. Didn't force things on that B site. They could have tried to force through the smoke and got a little bit impatient, but they're looking very composed. Credit where credit's due. After that second smoke comes in, they don't try to force that B site. They instead go back, work the map a little bit more. They get Bigu on cat. They push Chelo off that short line.
Well, it's 6-0 now. Still waiting for Imperial to pop their heads up on Dust2. Starting to look more and more likely that we may get a repeat of day 1 on this map. Which would be a bit of an anti-climax, I think.
In a bit of a different fashion, Imperial obviously on the CT side this time, but paiN showing us that they're just as good on either side.
That was better.
Oh, the peak from Fallen is beautiful. Man advantage. It's a bit more of the nuke form that we needed to see. Need Fallen to start taking over the game. Big win condition for Imperial.
Are you saying you want bad Fallen? Oh, it's not coming through this time.
Not that kind of bad Fallen.
Not as much of a quick flick as required. Needed to go a little bit further with that one. Still 4 on 4, it's workable for Imperial, especially with Vinny having so much control, so much info on the bedroom doors. He's gonna take the peek, but he's just shut down.
Great crosshair placement from hardzao. Ready to just scope up and pick that player if he peeks out long. Man advantage now for paiN Gaming. Bigu almost gets picked on the cross. What do you do here if you're Imperial? All split up around the map. They've got Bolts, who hasn't pushed long heart. Oh, sorry, Bolts is on the B side. They've got Chelo, who hasn't pushed long heart. Still just tucking himself in that corner. paiN Gaming now starting to size up this B side of the map. Maybe a mid to B on the cards, perhaps?
It's a rough one for Imperial. There's always going to be a point of weakness when you have only 3 players on the CT side of Dust2. At the moment, that's sort of mid. Short obviously being watched. Long being watched. B being watched, but
They're going cat.
paiN are going to...
First got a molly. Molly's thrown out there. Not going to do too much. paiN weren't ready to go anyway, but they've got so much util. There's going to be a full exec on the side. Fur's going to have to go massive to hold.
Well, they don't actually have that much time, so if Fur can pick up a cheeky 1 or 2 right here, then that could throw a fox among the henhouse for paiN. Fur, though, has been wrapped upon from the lower side, and PKL pretty much dispatches of that A-hold on his own. Bigu defends against Chelo. There's really just nothing happening on this map for Imperial yet. 7-0 will be the scoreline. Another save for the CT side.
Bigu's had a great grand final. Looking at paiN heading into this tournament, as I was saying before, I was looking at Zevi with some great rating. I was looking at Skulls as a bit of a standout rifler. But Bigu's actually been pretty consistently putting in some great performances in this grand final. Hardzao's had some great impact as well. It's a great thing about this paiN Gaming team. They're just very well-rounded in general. And they showed that on the Dust2 game in the group stage. They were all, like I said, within 5 kills of each other. It was a group effort. And again, they're getting it done by committee. All of the boys pitching in. No pushback from Imperial at all right now. I'm wondering when's the timeout going to come? When's the change-up going to come? Because nothing's working for him.
Yeah, it would be around now when you'd like to be seeing a attack timeout. Maybe even a couple of rounds ago. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. Imperial continue to just trod their way through things. They've gone for the double AWP this time, paiN and chelo. Again, going to be the option of choice. Nothing's worked so far though, so I guess you got to keep throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Imperial taken long here. Looks like maybe paiN. Oh, they're going to go for the boost up. See if they can catch Vinny on the cross. Oh, that could have been doable for hardzao if he peeked in there. Oh, PKL. I guess he's
No way!
Through the corner. hardzao just jumps straight out and gets Fur as well.
What can go wrong for paiN at this point? Absolutely nothing. Imperial are just getting no luck, not winning any duels. This is a complete and utter drubbing so far by paiN.
They're just pumping the brakes. They know they don't have to take any risk here. They don't have to force A. Skulls has got another one in the meanwhile. Shot from paiN and chelo. The Orbs are singing in middle. But Skulls has taken B in the meanwhile. Bomb's on the way over there. He's all by him. He's lonesome for the time being, though.
Yeah, does smoke off the doors, which is going to be making it a lot more difficult for these AWPs to be effective to try to get into B. It is the two AWPs as well for what would pretty much constitute a retake. Yeah, it's only one player there at the moment, but they don't know that. So what is the likelihood this is going to go the way of Imperial? It really comes down to chelo finding a pick on the entry and then somehow surviving. But if he's going to do it from window, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, door smoke coming out from paiN. Molly into lower. The composure is evident. They're dotting all their I's. They're crossing their T's. They're making sure that every possible juncture where they could lose the round, where there could be an opportunity for Imperial.
On the hunt as well. So they really want to sink the boot in. They want to find paiN. They want to take him out. They want to remind him that this is not Nuke anymore.
If they take the AWP away, he can't rebuy it next round. They got to go for probably the single save anyway, just a half buy around the AWP regardless. But pistols and AWP is a lot scarier than just the pistols and armor.
paiN, try to hold on to that AWP. Need a quick flick here, but it's all gone the way of hardzao. And exactly another metaphor for this map. It's just continuing to go the way of paiN. 8-0.
Very one-sided grand final in the last map, at least. A lot of the maps have gone this way. Just very, very big momentum from one team front running, and then the other team takes a while to respond. Imperial back on a half buy again. They need to get this one rolling.
It's a double AWP on T side now for paiN.
I've seen this a couple of times. I don't know if this is a trend or if this is madness. Double nade straight onto Skulls. He still gets Fur though.
Yeah, probably a good thing he's got the AWP in hand actually when he's on 17 HP. It is only the pistols for Imperial. They're doing a pretty good job of actually clearing out a couple of areas on the map, but for all the good that's going to do, I mean, even Bigu here, just locking down any rotations if there were to come. Vinny in pit would need a lot more than that to have an impact in the round.
It feels like Imperial have an opportunity. Just getting pushed and pulled around the util. paiN Gaming always making sure that they, you know, check everything, they clear everything. Again, enough util to completely execute the A site.
Yeah, it's a very methodical game of Counter-Strike that we're seeing right now from paiN.
Gonna get mollies up behind the site, so these pistoling players can't really have anywhere to play with unless they want to sit in the elevator and try and bust through the smoke, something like that.
Here goes Sevi. See what he's going to be able to do as he makes his entry onto A. Does lose his head pretty quick, and that was almost a second on offer. But just when you think there's a moment of hope, it's ripped away again. 9-0 now for paiN. They continue their march toward victory. We might be seeing the rise of a new era of Brazilian Counter-Strike.
Timeout at 9-0. Gonna use another one. Have a chat about what's going on. It doesn't feel like anything's working. The double AWP hasn't been finding many opportunities at all. AWP thrown over to Vinny this time by paiN, so I guess he's not primary AWPing for this round. See if Imperial have a particular plan. I think if paiN's throwing the AWP to someone else, then there's definitely something different happening this round. Keep an eye on Imperial's movements. paiN, on the other hand, the world is their oyster. I mean, I don't know if they even want to change up what they're doing. This slow kind of methodical playstyle is working way too well for them to change it up, probably. But it looks like a long take.
Faster play this time from PKL, but he won't connect the shot. Was flashed out.
Imperial take long. paiN goes straight down the middle of the map.
Yeah, indeed. They're just not scared of anything at this point in time. Playing with confidence. Bigu's 8-1 after 9 rounds. I mean, it's just unreasonable. They're not even getting frags half the time.
Smoke mid to B. Just going to apply some pressure. You can see paiN. They're not trying to force mid to B. They're trying to wait for a reaction out of Imperial. A flash from the B site to send Fur through that smoke. Zevi going to try to creep up onto the window line first through the smoke. chelo doesn't have a flash to help him out.
This is a really tough one to clear for Zevi, so Fur actually could be on for one, particularly with that smoke starting to obscure the vision of paiN. He does drop back on through. Bigu now is able to clear that angle out. Start to work his way forward. You've got chelo hiding, you've got Fur hiding. Something big is about to happen in this round. hardzao does shut down chelo. Fur fully smoked off now, cannot see a thing.
They even throw the smoke up the top. Fallen's got one in the meanwhile, up on short. Picks the lurker. Bolt trying to stay alive in uppers. He's doing a pretty good job of it until Zevi cleans him up.
Oh, the crowd's starting to get into it a little bit as they feel the taste of Imperial victory for at least one round here. It's 3-on-2. It's the best chance we've seen for Imperial so far.
Good stuff.
And Fallen might have gone one better. It's now down to PKL. Surely someone cannot pull off another 1-on-3.
I mean, there's multiple kits. I don't see how he could really get it done, realistically.
Has spotted 1 or 2 of those players out, but he's given away his position now, and that should pretty much be that. Defuse is on now for Imperial, and they'll finally find a round.
Far from over for him, though. Going to take a whole lot more of that. At least they kept 3 guns over so they can reinvest in towards this next one, but it's going to take so many CT gun rounds in a row to start putting this paiN economy in the bin.
All right, it has to be the resurgence now for Imperial, doesn't it? They pretty much need to win the half out. It's going to be a tough ask, but hey, they've got a bye. They've won a round. Anything's possible.
Imperial take long control again. That could be the success factor. They've secured long. It's going to allow rotation. Fallen's going to head up short. This is the position you want to be in on the CT side. You've got that long control. You've got your AWPer up on Cat. You've got the rotation from Vinny down in towards CT. paiN on the meanwhile. In that 1-3-1 kind of formation, hardzao just minding the extremity. Same for Skulls. They want to go and take this catwalk control and then decide what to do from there. Good util from paiN. Molotov up the top, flash over the top. They've got the cat control now. Minute on the clock. They can decide whatever they want to do from here. They got so much util. They can mid to B. They can go for a catwalk execute straight up into the A site. Re-aggression from Fallen, though, on the off angle. He needs to find a pick here. Slow down the 8 ball before the T's can start scaling onto side, but Zevi's already posted.
It's a tough nut to crack. There's going to be flashes over the top. There's going to be util headed in his direction. No peek on that first flash. But there's plenty more where that came from for paiN. Smoke's available as well to obscure the vision of Fallen, but he's done the job. 1 down, 2 now as well. Fallen steps up and Vinny converts.
That is so ballsy. He gets full white for 5 seconds. He does not budge an inch. He just sits up there. He says, if they peek me, I'm dead. Trust the setup with Vinny, and they shut down that cat execute before it can even get rolling.
Well, you can definitely sense the crowd getting more and more behind Imperial the deeper we go into this half.
They definitely need your energy.
And I think you're right.
Skulls takes 1 with him.
Imperial will be the type of team to feed off that energy. 2 in a row, back to back.
Is that Jim Nesso? Oh my God.
Who? I've never heard of that guy before.
It's the Banana Man.
All right, game on. Faster play out in this round from paiN. It's the contest on to long again from Imperial. Chelo's got the opening frag, but he needs assistance, he needs backup. Fur is there to try and provide it. There's a little gap in the smoke that he's looking through. The paiN have slowed down. Sort of everyone milling around on long, waiting for those smokes to dissipate. Chelo again is able to come up big for Imperial. He searches for more.
Ooh, that's a dig onto PKL through the box. Good damage being done. First, still trying to hold down the fort, trying to hold the off angle and help him out in the meanwhile. Oh, Imperial's been active in middle. paiN gonna head back. Not having a bar of that. The counter flashes came over the top, so it's a great thing they didn't hang around. Fallen would have definitely come in there with the flashes and shut down that long take. But this is not the position you want to be in as paiN. You're 3v5, you've got absolutely no map control. I don't know where they go from here. This might even just be a save, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, 40 seconds.
Back to long, apparently.
But they do have time to think about it. It's going to be a smoke that dissipates right as they round the doors. chelo again is going to be the one to receive this offensive.
They're all
got the two already. Starts to steel himself as he hears the crowd swelling, but it's not going to go his way. He's done his job though. Now it's on to the rest of Imperial to lock this one down. Fallen, he was looking in the wrong direction, now turns around. A 1-for-1, not too bad. There's not much time left for paiN, and they might think they've cleared out the site. Furtho is there, ready and waiting. It says, how you doing? I'll ring the bell for a third round for Imperial.
This will be a hell of a comeback. If they're able to make somewhat of a CT side here, if they're able to salvage this and bring this back to a 10-5 or a 9-6, then look, maybe they can get something rolling. It's a long road back though.
Oh no.
It's only got a P90.
It's all gone wrong.
Jim's just over there. I reckon if Jim used to have some good skins back in the day, I reckon if he opens it, that's probably a knife. That's
true. That is true. Get that laptop over to my boy Jim Nesso.
Jim opening cases at ESL Challenger. I don't think I would have seen it. That would be something.
Thinking time for both these teams has run dry. paiN are looking to get themselves double digits. Good little tag there onto Bolt on that cross. But Fallen, never mind. It's actually chelo. Goes one better.
He's bailed out as well. Trying to get out. He's still in middle. Fallen, he's definitely seen the head of that player. Can't quite convert, but he doesn't need to. Imperial are already up in numbers. They're quite happy with how the start of this round's gone.
Oh!
Flashed onto the line. Doesn't even matter. Fallen doesn't need to see. He knows all.
Straight through the flash, straight through the smoke. That's why he wears the sunnies.
Now you get the NOA boost here. chelo taking a look over this smoke. Trying to catch the players coming up short. Fallen trying to bait for him. Reason being is obviously the AKs have bullet tracers, whereas these silence weapons don't, so it's a little bit easier for the CTs to win those smoke battles.
Very similar situation to the last round for paiN. 5-on-3. They've got to creep their way onto a bomb site and hit some magical entries to make it work.
chelo's still got a molly. Just holding on to that as soon as contact is made. Just keep them back. HE nade will almost certainly follow to chip them down a little bit, and you've still got Fur and Goose. Great nade. Oh, how does that do 10? Like, these nades don't make sense.
Straight down the waterfall here from paiN. Looking in the wrong direction is PKL. Turned away from the flash. chelo didn't. But he's pulling it off. An absolute masterclass on the hold here. And Fur, easy for the trade. Great round out from Imperial. Another one with 4 guns alive. And that CT economy is starting to build, and so are the hopes of the crowd.
This will be a hell of a comeback. My lord. What's paiN's money looking like at this point? It was so good. I wonder how many CT gun rounds has it taken in a row to finally break that T-side money. Can they? Because that's when the loss bonus starts to kick in. Yeah, they did. There you go. Imperial, an easier 14th round here. Hero AK for Skulls. Hero AK for Bigu. Couple of Deegs and a Scout. It's a mixed bag of lollies by here, but Fallen starting to bully Zevi a little bit. That's the second round in a row he's picked him.
It is coming together at the moment for Imperial, isn't it? It's nice to see, and they're starting to hit some shots. Bolts at range is able to get rid of Bigu and does a huge amount of damage. Nade through. Doesn't land. 2 HP for Skulls. How's he got away with that?
Recoil control onto BKL. He dinked him. Hardzao, the only one on 100 HP. Throw this man an AK, please.
paiN are going to slow it down once again. Fallen's still watching mid with that orb. Can't land it this time, but the nade through. Does that sneak through the doors? No, not quite enough.
Did one. A whole 1 damage. Creep up short from paiN Gaming. Again, that's going to be over towards Fur, who's got an HE, he's got a molly. Plenty of great util to be able to shut this one down, if that's even needed. Might even just get it done with the rifle.
Great timing for the incendiary out from Fur. It's just going to keep paiN at bay. They've even isolated hardzao, who's trying to get in front of this smoke. Won't land his shots. Fallen doesn't need to do much. The double nade.
That's great bowling.
It took 3. Can we get a bowling, Shane? Nope, apparently not. Crowd's not for it. Doesn't matter. 3 players alive for Imperial, 9-5. And that scoreline creeps ever higher on the CT side.
Rip Warney. Gone too soon.
Yeah. Might be falling flat on this audience, though.
Yeah, I think
last round of the half.
I think they like soccer or something like that, maybe. No, the cricket. It's paiN up 2 this time. Zevi looking for a pick over towards his B side of the map. Bolts. Wide swinging on in. Goes down early. That's the only player on that B side of the map. You can already see the scramble from chelo to get back into the B side in time. What a shot from him.
I was going to say he's not there in time, but maybe he is. Maybe he's there in the nick of time. Looks for another one, and chelo's a one-man army at the moment. Doesn't get them all. PKL trading back and forth, and it's now down to hardzao. Bomb is dropped in B. There's another player here to deal with, but he can isolate some one-on-ones. It's winnable. Smoke into the doors. Molly onto window. He goes past the smoke. Oh, that was filthy, but it doesn't matter. Imperial have 6, and they have a chance at the end of the half. What do we have waiting for us on the other side? We'll find out in a sec.
Always thought I could walk through fire, blow up the storm and see the light, yeah. I told my friends that I could run on water, and they said nobody can. They'll see me flying through the sky, yeah. Play hide and seek behind the clouds. I show my friends that I'm not scared of dreaming, and I'll do that again, over and over again. Suddenly the heart and chest feels heavy. The calm is just a memory. It's failing me, and I know I could never surrender. My beating heart, it won't give
last half of Counter-Strike that you're going to get to witness here at ESL Challenger Melbourne. Let's get ready. Let's make some noise. Let's build it up as we head into the final 15 rounds. Maybe it could be more if we go to OT. But paiN, they suffered some losses at the end of that half. It was looking phenomenal, 9-0, and then Imperial put 6 on the trot. It's a game on our hands.
Yep. Big streak back from Imperial. 2 sets of util for him. Most of them going through lower dark now. Going to try and explore catwalk. Flash over the top. Trying to push these CTs off the line. And the Ts come back out. Can flash out. But doesn't get anything done. paiN Gaming. They've lost a player in the middle of the map. And that's going to be difficult to deal with as Imperial take cat.
Yeah, well, here we go. 1 down already on the side of paiN. And Imperial are looking for more inroads. They've got a lot of players having a bit of a peek into mid through the doors, but no opportunity just yet. PKL, he's going to have a crack. Gets pushed away by that wayward shot.
Playing back in the site. It's going to be difficult to deal with all of these Ts coming up B ramp. The rotations are not very close here for paiN. PKL and Zevi going to have to go massive on this B site.
Mid to B util comes out for Imperial, and they're heading straight on in. As you say, PKL, big job to do. Completely white, can't see anything. Zevi down as well.
Oh, Imperial, I cannot believe they are coming back into this game. Such a slow start. They were down 9-0, but they just can't be faulted now that they've got rolling.
Fallen and Fur know how to win on Australian soil. A little bit of a hunt here from one of the remaining Imperial members. Obviously, Vinny gonna have a crack here.
Yeah, if you're paiN, you really want to hold on to this head armor for Bigu. That's a big shot. Extra $300 as well, doesn't hurt. He can buy a scout, maybe a little bit of util as well.
Should be getting away with it now. But Imperial have what they set out to do. Oh, he's got it, but yeah, look, I think the big important talking point there obviously is that pistol round going the way of Imperial.
Getting hyped up. Can't blame you. 7 in a row for Imperial. I wasn't expecting them to make the comeback look this clean. I thought they would have to grind their way into it.
Yeah.
But they are absolutely flying now.
It's nice to see a bit of life in the crowd here for the grand final. Fallen with the scout is just going to pop a shot off in mid, but nothing really to come from that.
Full save for paiN. Looking to buy up into the 3rd round of the half, into round number 18. Imperial anti-eco, just going to take a relatively slow round. Give the CTs enough rope to hang themselves with, and if not, you know, they'll get it done with the util, they'll work together. Make sure they minimize the damage to their economy.
Slow and steady wins the race for Imperial. Get them back on the T side, and the rounds really do drastically slow down, don't they?
Molly's just getting rid of all these annoying positions. It's Imperial working through the map. There's the pixel smoke. Thrown out by Fallen, I'm imagining, from outside along. A little bit easier to throw that one with the scoped weaponry.
Just a slow creep up onto the catwalk for Imperial. Make their way into the A bomb site. There isn't really much of a defense actually being posted here. It's more centered around long and mid. Bolts cops a couple of bullets, but it's just the USPs on the other side of the field right now, so not going to be too scary for him at all. And Imperial are getting the bomb plant down.
Easy as you like.
Very, very careful against only the USPs though.
Yeah, paiN grouping up, now going and taking mid control. First still top mid right now, Bolt's still in backyard. Instead of Bert's backyard, it's Bolt's backyard. Love to see it. He's going to hold on to control of it if he can. CT's trying to push him from upper dark right now, and they've done a great job getting out there. They get themselves a Khalil. Nice shot from Fallen. Little bit of a flick. Ooh, a lot of things coming out.
Yeah, paiN are actually doing a bit of work with these USPs. Still, it's not going to matter too hugely.
Khalil goes down. Zevi gets one on the way out. AK for him as well. That's a nice save, has to be said. He could even glass cannon an AWP and drop the AK over to one of the other boys if he wants to.
1 round away now from equalizing things for Imperial, and that would also then be 9 in a row. paiN got 9 in a row at the start of the map, and Imperial's about to do the same thing back to them.
First buy for paiN though. Can't count them out. This is a map they're pretty good on. Imperial with much more pushback this time around, though. Grouping up in towards Upper Dark, looking for that initial pick here. PKL needs to be careful. He's copped a lot of damage from this nade. Chelo gonna get right out on top of him. Double dink out of PKL, but instantly traded, and that's the B site wide open for Imperial. Plenty of room to play with. It's gonna take a while for Fur to get this bomb down, though. We'll keep an eye on Fallen as well. He is in another postcode right now over in T-Spawn. Thought he was gonna go in for a lurk.
Definitely looking good for Imperial at the moment. paiN milling around outside of that smoke. Already you see Zevi gets tagged down pretty substantially.
Full save. Not even interested in completing that B-site retake. Imperial even it up. 9 in a row for paiN. Followed by 9 in a row for Imperial. Didn't think I'd see that.
Yeah, what kind of madness are we getting to witness in the ESL Challenger Melbourne Grand Final? Still, it doesn't tell us who's going to win this map. At this point, I guess you kind of have to back Imperial. They've certainly got the momentum, but all it's going to take is a quick round or two for paiN to get back into the swing of things.
That's a good round for Imperial as well, because they don't lose any rifles that round. Fallen only came into the round with a scout, and he leaves the round with an AK. So they put themselves in a great position. Economy's in a great spot for Imperial. paiN save over all of their rifles, so making sure they safeguard their economy in the future. Haven't quite gotten an opportunity to get Zevi that AWP yet, but this round he might get it. There you go, he's dropped over a rifle, picked up the AWP. AWP out for Imperial as well. Vinny's got that. Posted on the cross in middle. Had the better spawn for dropping into suicide, but doesn't connect the shot on the gap. Oh, that's a bit of a misthrown molly there from Skulls. But in paiN, they're not going for that long control. Instead, heading towards short, maybe trying to put Zevi up on the boost to pick a player heading in towards lowers. Imperial taking their time to take tunnels. I think they expected a bit of a lowers crunch, but haven't been rewarded with that patience. Instead, now they're going to wrap towards lower dark. Smoke keeps that tower boost from being an issue.
Deep into the round now with no inroads being made on either side. Minute and 12 left. It's starting to tick away for Imperial.
paiN is holding so much util right now.
Yeah.
It's a minute and 5 and they barely used anything.
And Imperial really want to get some map control now, sooner rather than later. But that is going to be difficult when they start running into smokes and running into mollies. Nades as well, still in the back pocket of paiN.
Seeing paiN, I think, playing on the tendencies of Imperial. They've been playing very slow all event long on this T side.
You're right.
A lot of UT being held in towards the late round here.
It's a good adaptation, and maybe it's going to make the difference. Maybe double digits will be first found by paiN. Even despite a great string of rounds from Imperial, paiN is by no means out of this.
This is going to be a big fight from both teams, the catwalk. Zevi starts off well, though.
They've got the players in the right positions here, paiN. They've got 4 over toward A, and Imperial are filtering through one direction. Zevi spotted a couple of them. He knows exactly what's happening. Bigu left high and dry. Will drop in a duel to Fur, but he's low.
There's still 3 on the site.
And there's only 10 seconds left to get in. I don't even know if they could find these frags in time and get the bomb plant down.
Oh no, they didn't have enough time. They got all the entries, but the bomb dropped into CT. I thought they were going to have time to cross into site.
Well, once again,
that's all the adaptation from paiN Gaming that round. You can see how much util they held. They're adapting to Imperial's very slow pace on this T side.
10-9 breaks the drought for paiN. How much further can they push it? Money is still a little awkward on their side. In fact, awkward on both sides. This will be a big round to pick up for whoever does grab it.
Oh. You can see the T side there trying to throw the smoke to be able to look for a pick out long, but the Molotov's still burning. So Fur kept at arm's length for the time being. paiN now with full long control secured. Bigu on the rotate over towards CT. Maybe help out, strengthen up that mid to beat.
It'd be nice for Imperial if they could get into mid without really having to use too much of that util. There's not a whole lot on their side, so a dry entry into mid that's gone this successfully is welcome news.
Hardzao's got a smoke for uppers or doors. PKL still with a molly on this beast side.
Oh.
Bigu shooting the toes. So much damage to 2 Imperial members.
Yeah, they're going to have to hot-foot it out of there, and they're not going to be able to do it quickly enough. Bigu has doubled down. And there's going to be PKL for another. What did I say? All it's going to take is one little inroad made by paiN, and then all of a sudden they're back in this contest. And then some.
Oh, that's a nice shot from Fur, but it's going to take a whole lot more of that to get back into this round. Skulls pinching from top mid, wide swing from Bigu, a hell of a round from him. 3 on the defense and mid to B.
Tense times once again now for Imperial on the back foot. They would have felt that they've done enough work in this map to warrant a little bit of a relaxation period, but that is not going to be provided to them by paiN. They have the benefit of being on the T side, so economic woes are not going to be as bad for Imperial, but this round, they're going to have to go back on the pistols. Should be a nice building up round for paiN. And Skulls does just catch Fur as he was coming out of that flash.
Imperial rerouting back to middle. Bolt's with the only one with the Deagle, the only one with an upgraded pistol here.
Zevi not able to land the shot. Nice movement through the air, but it shouldn't really matter too much. There's just not a whole lot there to say for Imperial in this round with only pistols. 12-9. 3 is the lead once again. It's building out.
Enough money for an AWP here for Imperial, but some of the play is going to be a little bit lighter on the util. Saw a 4.1, saw a 4.3. See if there's a change up for Imperial. These last couple of rounds have not worked for them playing super slow. Chelo's got the AWP and he's got the long spawn. See if he can find the timing through a flash, through a molly to be able to find an opening pick here. Beautiful.
Oi! That's the one you're looking for.
Flash coverage not good enough, unfortunately, for paiN there to be able to cross. They're punished for it. Imperial now going into lower. Man advantage for them. They can finally hit back.
2-player setup in mid, though. Not something that you see every day. Zevi's going to rotate off, recognizing that smoke's going to leave. Not too many options left for him. And anticipating that push toward A.
2-man setup on the side here for paiN. Zevi's going to potentially just play the angles from the A side around the ramp, around the boxes, but it's difficult to do so when you don't have long control. So you can see he wants to go and retake that control potentially, or just play from car. Bigu's going to try to play from Goose for the rest of this round, and PKL also leaning over towards the A side, has a Molotov to be able to slow down this short exit.
Smoke's come out, but it's just to try and draw a bit of that counter util out. There's no commitment from Imperial. Really starting to bleed paiN dry on the CT side. No more incens left. Smoke's looking a little sparse. PKL tucks himself in the corner. Can't double down. Fallen so fast on the trade.
They're going to go back to A here. Look at her. Oh, patience. Imperial holding in the 1-3-1 for such a long time, and they're rewarded. paiN Gaming couldn't hold their nerve after losing the opening pick. They had to make moves around the map. And Imperial, I mean, they were waiting for what, 40, 50 seconds. But finally, paiN Gaming, they push long. They go for a little bit of aggression into middle, and Imperial's good for it. They're up to double digits now.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit more back and forth. What a shot from hardzao to try to keep this AWP in play for paiN.
Keen to see if Imperial are going to hunt him down. They don't have a whole lot of money left over. I think they need to hold on to all the guns they can.
Yeah. hardzao will maintain that AWP through to the next round. Double digits now achieved for Imperial.
This is going to make it a good buy through from paiN though. But this will be the last. If Imperial can go for 11 here, then they can definitely even this game up and start putting pressure on that CT side economy. And that's where it's going to get very hard for paiN Gaming to win this grand final. Great opener from Chelo. Has to be said. Knew he had the spawn. He had the money. It's like it all lined up for him. He was the only one with 6.3k, and then he got the long spawn.
Money's getting a bit problematic on the CT side once again. hardzao down to just the MP9. Chelo, he'll try for a repeat performance.
Yeah, much safer util from paiN there. You could see they waited. Molotov onto the line. Later flashed across and a smoke into hut. They don't want to make sure they're losing another player. in the opening portions of this round. paiN running out of util though, Jordan.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. Artillery barrage has been going on all over the map, back and forth. Those grenades have been exchanged. Actually, not that much damage having been done.
Again, slow pacing from Imperial, taking their time. Two-man setup along from paiN. Be interested to see if we're going to get any hut aggression. Zevi on the Guardian line. Needs to be pushed off at some point. Molly into short. Imperial taking their time, moving through the map again, just sitting in this 1-3-1.
Yeah.
Work in the middle of the map, waiting for the re-aggression.
Oh,
That's beautiful from Zevi. Patient, waits anti-flash and rewarded for it.
yeah, Zevi has really been enjoying that angle.
He's an angle enjoyer.
Bolt's waiting to see if there's going to be a push through upper dark. It's not looking likely.
That's not where you put the smoke. I don't think.
Yeah, that one hasn't quite hit the mark. Chelo's having a look, not seeing too much. Now there's a smoke out on B as well, and that's good timing for the smoke to come down from paiN. The rotations come in this direction. Insend through as well. Imperial are gonna have to go through some of this util, or they're gonna have to go really late. And we've seen how that's worked out for them in the past. hardzao, he's got himself one. Bigu, another. It's a good B-hold so far. And Bigu gets the molly down on the side. I don't even know if can they plan now.
He's got it.
Just in time, but Bigu denies, and paiN get another round.
Good stuff. No plant there for Imperial is going to make it harder to reinvest in the next. Saw a couple of players, 3.5, 3.9. See if they go for pistol armor around that saved weapon at the end of the round, or whether they are going to force up. Looks like a buy. Even down to Galil's, some Tech 9. Bolts on 2.3. It's not a pretty buy, and if it doesn't go well, then it's going to be very hard for Imperial in this grand final. But if they win it, they can hard reset paiN. They're going to risk it. Heavy presence in towards tunnels. Maybe a B execute on the cards here, Jordan.
Bigu wants to push up, wants to have a look in mid, but he thinks better of it for the moment. Flash does go over the top. Here is a chance. Fallen pops his head up, and Bigu just says, thanks very much, I'll take that.
paiN aren't on the B site.
Neither are Imperial. PKL starting to get on there. hardzao down now as well. It's just the one player left. He's going to have to go huge here to hold on to the site. hardzao has got the first. Stalls Imperial. Rotations coming across. util helping out. Zevi not connecting, and there's the frags Imperial are looking for. They need more. They get it. First down, one-on-one. It goes to Imperial.
4 for Bolt.
That's a big round.
He just went absolutely massive. They needed that so badly. That round was not going well for Imperial. Flashes over the top were making it so hard to isolate hardzao, but Bolt's right when he's needed. A massive 4K. If they lose that round, that's probably the grand final. That's probably it. They would have been broke, and paiN would have been in pole position.
Locks it down. Smooth operator as well in that one-on-one. Another timeout. It's getting very tense on the stage now. 13-11. Both teams have a lot to talk about. Neither have made it easy for themselves in this grand final. paiN still have the advantage, but Imperial are not letting go of this final map.
I'm not sure what paiN are going to be able to do here. Their money situation is going to be absolutely horrific. They probably just got to take it easy for a couple of rounds, if anything, and allow their economy to recover. Looks like it's a force because a lot of them were double eco anyway. Biguz, I think, just thrown over an A1S to someone else and decided to just go ahead with the USP. So, going to need to see big impact from these A1Ss in this round from paiN Gaming.
Yep. Eyes on PKL and Skulls, that's for sure. Bigu with just a USP. I mean, we've seen more with less.
There's the Xbox smoke out from Fallen. Again, Imperial taking their time moving through the map.
Fallen just falls off the line at the wrong time. It would have been a tough shot to hit, though.
It's going to be hard for Zevi to win that duel with the scout. He's got to hit nothing but head.
Drive-by.
Is the aggression into upper? I was wondering if they were going to actually commit to that, but paiN just taking their time. There's the dribble smoke out from Bolts. Trying to play info denial and just apply pressure on the extremity. Flash through the middle of the map from Imperial. Trying to unsettle paiN in terms of the rotations. Counter smoke and flash out from PKL, trying to make it look like they're retaking middle control, but actually they're really sitting on the extremities here, paiN Gaming. They're only holding upper and long, giving middle and short to Imperial. So we'll probably end up in a post plant here. It's going to be a split, actually. Couple of players over near long.
Dude, there's 35 seconds left in the round and all 10 players are left alive. If this is not a metaphorical round for the whole grand final, I don't know what is. Imperial have to now make their way in, but they've got to make it perfect, and they're really running that timer down. It's all gone wrong. Bombs drop. The round's unwinnable. Oh, paiN are stepping up.
The USP. Oh, he didn't have anything. Bigu had nothing. He's thrown the A1S over to his teammate, and he still gets it done with the USP.
How, in a round like this, do 5 CTs survive and not a single one of the Imperial guys get a frag?
I mean, Imperial, they took ages going through the map, and then when they did finally go up short, they ran into both A1Ss. There was only 2 A1Ss for paiN Gaming. They were both posted on short.
Look at the money right now for Imperial. That's a horrible round to lose. You said the last one might have been the grand final. That round right there might be the grand final winning round for paiN.
I mean, it's ballsy from paiN. They were double eco, so they needed to force into that one. But it's worked out an absolute treat, Jordan. I'll tell you what.
They're definitely thinking about that ESL Pro League conference slot. 14-11. It's looking like it should be paiN's map now. We need to see a bit of Imperial magic.
Smoke to doors for Imperial. Somewhat limited util, just a couple of smokes and flashes to try to get them on one of these sites. It probably has to be B or mid to B. But you can see paiN are well aware of that. Zevi's over towards the B side of the map. They got a 2-man crossfire in B. Hardzao's still got a smoke for tons.
Bigu's in a good spot as well, just to cause a bit of a problem if Imperial try to pick the pace up through mid. Zevi has been spotted, or rather spots a T-flyer, I should say. There's a lot of util still over on this B side. Hardzao's got a smoke. He's going to toss that through Imperial. This time they go a little bit earlier. It's not gone any better, though. Hardzao and Zevi combine. There are some frags falling through on the side of Imperial, and hang on a second.
Chelo's going big again.
Hang on just a minute.
Plant goes down in the site. Imperial trying to wrap up through upper dark.
They're digging deep. M4 in the hands of Chelo. He's been a difference maker. He's been an impact player. He's done it again. 1-on-2 now for Skulls in a round that looked unlosable for paiN. Maybe it yet goes the way of Imperial. He's rounded the corner. He's been spotted. The double peek, the double swing. It's not enough. And paiN, they go to 15.
Every gun taken out of the hands of paiN but one, though. And that's the bomb plant for Imperial. What is their money in this next round? Can they put a buy together?
Oh, man. Should have been paiN's round easily. Could have been Imperial's round.
Someone wants overtime, and he's very handsome.
I think we all want overtime. Except for maybe paiN. paiN want to get it done here and now. They've faced too many OTs today. Had one against Wings Up. They've already had another against Imperial. They wouldn't be keen right now for an OT.
Both of these teams are going to have very little to work with in this round.
They'll just be thinking, let's get it done quick, smart. Usher in a new era of Brazilian Counter-Strike.
Chelo went massive. 3 in a row for paiN Gaming. And he almost brings it all the way back, Jordan, by himself. Thank God for Skulls.
Well, this is what it comes down to. 2 minutes on the clock. paiN Gaming, that's all they need to survive 2 minutes. Imperial have a long way to go to make it into OT.
And it's a tag on the cross from Fallen, at least toughening up hardzao a little bit. All A1Ss and an AWP on Zevi. It's a great buy for paiN Gaming, but they are broke outside of that. If Imperial can win this, it's going to be a little bit easier to bring it back to OT. They might only have to win like 1 or 2 gun rounds after this. But they are very unfavored in a round like this. There's no doubt about it. They are outgunned.
Those MAC-10s in particular are looking pretty sad. Burr and Bolts, can they even get anything done with them? Or are they just going to be the util tossers of this round?
Imperial making their way up cat, getting ready for a bit of an A execute. But even if they execute the A site, Jordan, like how can they hold the post plant against A1S's retaking the site? I just don't see that working. I feel like mid to B is probably the better play just with the weaponry they have, but look, the AXE could work as well.
They're going to need to hit some clean entries. You got Bigu waiting, you got Zevi waiting, Orp there, trained on short. Here we go, Imperial, they need to make this one work. It's just a drop down into CT from Fur. He's been spotted out. It's a 1-for-1 though. Oh,
that's
the
beautiful.
Mac-10 does chime in, and it's exactly as you said, Pilski. It's the mid to B. In fact, they faked it on A, and now they're in B. They've got rifles in hand, and they've got a winnable round.
paiN, I mean, they can pick up a kit on their way up B ramp here, but this retake is not necessarily favorable. Like, it's worth considering a safe here. This is risky if paiN go for this.
They do have 3 flashes to work with, but no smokes, no mollies. Nothing to get Imperial out of their position. Skulls desperately looking over the smoke. Won't see much. Fallen though, spots the boost, spams away at Bigu. And paiN, they won't get it done just yet. Imperial are still fighting.
Zevi holds on to the AWP, Skulls on the A1S, but look at that. Outside of that, that is a hard reset. 1,400 loss bonus for paiN Gaming. It's not pretty. We'll see if they force up in this next round and get some pistol armor around those 2 rifles.
Doesn't look like it.
MP9 drop.
Never mind. Spoke too soon.
They're going for it. Forcing up around what they have, and look, they can double save after that if needed. Or at least single save into a more lackluster buy. Here's the long take for Imperial. They've got much better util.
Oh! Furs just sent it, and it hasn't worked out. Imperial have to play this one from a man down. This could be the round. This could be it.
Zevi's up on Cat as well. He knows that there's absolutely no one in middle. Vinny is ages away. Outside upper dark. They need to find a way to get him involved in the round. Imperial have got long control. But what are they going to do with it? They have enough utility to execute the A side, but it's all outside B. Vinny's got all the util for Imperial.
He's just chilling.
hardzao holding that smoke in the entrance to B. That's going to be a reactive smoke. As soon as someone makes contact on him, he's going to dump that smoke. PKL doesn't have any util to offer to him, though. So B is definitely the weak side of the map here for paiN Gaming.
If Imperial do go for a Hail Mary onto B, that could absolutely work out for them. Smokes down in onto mid, onto Xbox. Just a bit of false info there for Imperial, or rather for paiN. hardzao still holding on to the smoke. He will get the chance to use it. Jumps up on the box. No way does he get 1 kill. How many more? Not much. Trades it through for paiN. It's 2-on-3. Bolt and Fallen.
Look at
2
Zevi.
veterans of the Brazilian scene now need to step up and save the day once again. paiN picking that pace up. They won't go through the smokes in upper dark, but Bolt is down. It's on to Fallen, and it's done. paiN Gaming will secure the defuse. They'll secure the win. 16-12, and they are the winners of ESL Challenger Melbourne.
Massive performance from them. Great preparation in the semi-final shown against Wings Up. That's what I was super impressed with. And even when Imperial push back on Overpass, even when they give them a much better game here on Dust2, paiN Gaming still passed the test, and it's all down to just great fundamentals played after many, many months of